Hey everyone, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. We're 30 minutes late, but welcome to another wonderful episode of Prison Break Episode 3, The Liar. On tonight's episode, a watch causes a lockdown, Sarah gets trashy, and oh my god, what else happened? The bubblegum man strikes again. Stick around, we're gonna talk about it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah. Ooh. Welcome, everyone. You see right there, Sarah gets trashy? You see it? Because she got in the trash. Because she went in the trash. But she's not trashy with her clothing, though. Ha ha ha.
She was thinking fast and jumped right on in.
Prison Break Episode 3. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Daniel Lindgren. You can follow me at the Dan Lindgren on Instagram and Twitter. Over to my lovely co-hosts.
Hey guys, what's going on? Another week of Prison Break. It's Miss Canna Marie here, and you can find me on Instagram at Miss Canna Marie and also on Twitter at Sweet Kendora TV.
Hey guys, I'm Domonique here, and you can buzz me on Instagram and Twitter at Domonique Cerita. Did y'all love that episode?
Yes. Listen.
The Liar.
We're just going to let the music play the entire episode.
Why not just rock out to some ACDC?
Our engineer is hooking
Why
us up.
not? Anthony's the man.
Absolutely.
So they've been waiting for us. Hey guys, they said, hey guys.
Thank you for joining us again. The live chat is already popping, and we are so excited to have you join us. We got so much to talk about.
All right, so let's get started.
Let's get to it.
This is what we're going to do for all our live chatters out there.
Yes.
What I want y'all to do is come up with a hashtag that you think best describes the episode that we just watched. It can be one word, it can be a phrase. And what we're going to do is, throughout the episode, we're going to read the hashtags.
Absolutely.
And us three are going to vote at the end.
We're going to give the
and we're
best
going to pick the best one.
Yes.
So
Yes.
include your handle on there because we're going to shout out your handle to anybody that watches this episode later on.
Ooh, I can't wait to
That
see what
way
they're gonna come up with.
everybody can follow you because you're such a huge Prison Break fan, right?
Right, absolutely. And I want to give some quick shout outs. We always have such faithful followers that follow us and chat with us every single week. We got Alexander who's back with us. Ivan representing like always. And today, Mr. Steven Sewin is going to be joining us live on Skype.
Steven, we can't wait to see you.
Steven's a huge fan, and since he was such a loyal fan and a loyal watcher and listener to AfterBuzz TV, we were going to throw him on for 5 minutes and ask him some crazy Prison Break questions.
Yes, to see what you really know.
That I haven't even come up with yet, but I'm going to improvise them, and it's going to be fantastic.
That's the name of the game, improvisation.
Improvisation.
Can't even talk.
Why did Michael disguise the note in Arabic? If it was going to go out the damn prison right to that kid, you know, could we make it a little easier for Link and just write it in English and be done with it, and no secrets? In theory, like, I get if the note didn't make it there, but I feel like this is not Michael's first time throwing this note out the like, he's done this before.
Maybe he didn't want anybody to know that he speaks English.
I don't know, but
or is that Kanil Audis that wrote the note?
But it was so funny how he's the bubblegum man, and in exchange for the note, he gets bubblegum. I thought that was so cute for the little kid.
I think they need to make a comedic sitcom called Prison Break, a comedy series, but don't call it Prison Break Comedy Series. Call it, you know, the Bubblegum Man and the Tic Tac Man.
And the Tic Tac Man.
They're just boys and they hang out together. And there's a song. There's a fun song that goes with it too. You want to sing the song, or do you want me to make it up right now?
You know what? You take it away.
Take it away.
Take it away. You got it. You got it. You got
the
it.
Bubblegum Man, the Tic Tac Man. They're doing every single thing they can.
Hey.
One's the man, the other's the man. We got two man. Yeah.
That was great.
Whatever.
Yes, guys.
Nonsense. That was nonsense.
Give Dan a round of applause.
Yeah. Okay.
Dan.
All right. Here we go.
You got a bright future ahead of you, man. That was pretty good.
In advertising, right?
Absolutely. That was a great jingle. I like that jingle.
So funny. So, guys, did y'all peep that little Arabic writing that was on Michael's arm or Kane's arm? Do you guys think that was a tattoo or just something that he was writing there?
You know, I think we all know that what Michael does with these tattoos, he uses them secretly, you know, to develop a plan. So I think that there's more to that tattoo that we don't necessarily know. Maybe it has something to do with a message or something that he wants to send to somebody. Yeah. Who knows?
Speaking of the plan, they actually found his escape room. They discovered Michael's escape room. How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
And then we found out that he's been in jail for 4 years.
Yeah, so him and Whip go way back, and they also discussed that they've done a bunch of these missions together and successfully gotten out to these next Egypt they mentioned.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, he's traveling.
Can I be honest, guys? You know, today's episode, it was okay for me. You know, I think it was just okay. You know, I thought last week was dope. This week was just okay for me. Yeah. I think, but I'm looking forward to next week because I feel like it's going to pick us back up.
My issue was I thought that they, with only like what now 7 episodes left or 6 episodes, whatever it is left, they should have already escaped from this prison. I mean, it's like they have to. I feel like they're almost rushing.
Draw it out.
They're having to like rush through things almost now, but they don't have to rush. They're still in the prison now, and now Ramal knows that Michael's full of shit or whatever. So we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens.
It's just, I think for me, like and I don't mean to jump around a little bit, but I think it got better towards the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it was very slow. It was very interesting. It was kind of weird for me, but at the end, I was like, wow, okay, I'm ready to see what's next.
Yeah. Did it take the guards long enough to break that up? Like, because the kid is hanging by the noose.
He's gonna die already.
But like the guards eventually step in. But why didn't they just step in right away? It's not like they were like on somewhere else in the prison. They're right there.
I think they were trying to teach him a lesson too. I think
the guards were trying to teach who a lesson.
Absolutely, Sid.
Oh, because they're pissed that he's a homosexual as well. You think that's
if you think about it, when it comes to
interesting.
religion, a lot of them they said there will be no killing. Killing is still a sin, you know. But at the same time, let's choke the guy up. Let's teach him a lesson. We still don't accept what you did.
That's sad.
Or
but
what you do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're not going to let them kill you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it still made me upset.
Why should the guards give a damn?
I don't know.
I mean, they haven't shown mercy yet, so why should they start caring now?
That's true.
Jacob talked like kind of creepy to Sarah.
What did he say? What
He
was
was
like
his speech in the bed was like kind of weird. Like it creeped me out a little bit.
I don't like the guy.
Well,
the guy's up to something. I don't like Jacob. I don't like you.
Jacob.
I feel like he was purposely distracting her so that cell phone can get hacked.
Yep.
Like he knew that it was there, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep talking to her." It's like saying nonsense to her. It didn't even like make it. I was like, "What are you?"
Because he knows that
he
knows that she has a soft spot for him, so he knows that he can get to her in ways that others can't. I still think, like we said last week, that him and Kellerman have something going on. They've got this plan because the thing is because she's blinded by love for Jacob. I don't think she thought about maybe when he was in that hospital room, maybe her fingerprints, got taken by him. All she could think about was Kellerman when she drank that glass of water.
Yeah, and speaking of Kellerman, he was actually the one who she thinks that's where the fingerprint came from.
Yeah, I think it's Jacob.
And we also found out that indeed the U.S. is a part of Mr. Michael being in this jail.
Wow, that was a great reveal. But I mean, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised what? That
the U.S. was behind it, or the company was behind it.
And it's behind it.
Yeah, I think the government and Michael made some type of oh my god, I'm gonna be just going off right now. I think the government and Michael made some type of ridiculous deal, and Michael agreed to change his identity to start doing all these prison breakouts or whatever in exchange for not hurting Sarah, because at the end Michael says, "I did this for you, Sarah." So maybe they said, we're gonna kill Sarah and Mike if you don't do what we say, Michael Scofield, and they changed his whole identity like that.
Right, and then they wanted this big league terrorist, and they think the only way we can get the terrorist is we send Michael to jail.
But I'm wondering, we still don't, in theory, that he died, right?
Yeah.
So did the government come to him before he died and do a whole setup to pretend that he died like that?
I think so.
We don't know. I'm asking you, ladies.
I think
is that what happened?
I definitely think that's what happened. The government went to him prior to him dying and everything.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. We already know that our government is corrupt. Hell, we elected Trump as president. But that's another story. That's another show. Absolutely. I think that it just, the way that it played out, how could the government have not covered it up? First of all, they've disguised and completely taken away his whole entire being, everything about him. They've replaced him. They've added somebody else's picture. I mean, the only way that could be successful is by the government participating in that.
Yeah.
So Michael didn't really kill that guy. We're all in agreement with that?
Absolutely. I don't think so.
Right. I think that guy's still alive or something.
Absolutely.
And he works with them.
Absolutely.
Who knows, right?
In the chat, Ivan says, "Hey, Ivan, what's up, man?"
What's up, Ivan?
Ivan says, "The government pretty much kept an eye on Michael and how much of a genius he is at breaking out of prisons." Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Except, I don't know if this is all part of his plan tonight, but tonight was a horrible effort. Whatever the hell happened.
Trying to break out.
Whatever happened tonight was
Yeah,
awful. Did Michael lose his touch? I don't know. I mean, that was awful.
He was trying to wait for the light to go out, and then he was just getting stuck, and then Abdul found them and caught up to him. It was just not a good.
Yeah, I mean, today's episode, I'm just like blah.
Well,
today is blah for me.
I think it's because how it ended with him not escaping at all, and now everyone. But I feel like that had to happen so that we could find out that he's not really Outis. Like I think we've discovered that he's playing a character now. Like I said last week, that is not real. What did Michael say? He whispered something to Ramal, and I don't think we found out what it was. Did we?
We did. He whispered to Ramal that there were 9 minutes until the breakout, and apparently,
he did?
Yes, he did. When they were in the cell, Abu Ramal told them. He said Michael said that he was only going to release me, and he told me that there were 9 minutes left. But he said, "I'm going to bring you with me." That's when he was sitting in the cell, and he said, "I'm going to bring you with me."
And then Ramal is like, "Oh yeah, I'm bringing all my boys with me too."
Absolutely.
But he wasn't going to tell Michael that.
Listen, don't sleep on Abu Ramal, okay? Do not sleep on him.
Is that your new favorite?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's still not my favorite.
That reminded me of, you know, like sometimes when you give somebody a ride and they're like, "Yeah, I'll take you home." It's like, "All right, well, can you take my friends home too?"
Look, I got a few friends that need to come with me. That's exactly what that was. I'm going to bring the homies with me too, if you don't mind.
You barely coming on your own self, so come on, wait a minute, brother.
And they got the hashtags coming in the chat. I love it.
Oh, good. Let's shout out some hashtags before we get to the next one, so we can get some ideas of what we're gonna pick.
Hashtags.
We're gonna the best hashtags that best describe the episode. Here we go.
All right, so my boy Alexander was one of the first hashtags that I saw. He said the unknown break. Okay, he gave another really good one, and that's a really good one. The unknown break. PB full circle. We got Steven, our man Steven, feel the burn.
Feel the burn.
Come on, Steven. You can be a little more creative than that. All right, he said Jacob is gross. You know what? I agree with you. Jacob is gross.
That's the hashtag?
Hashtag Jacob is
gross.
Hashtag Jacob is gross.
Was that the hashtag?
Yes, I love that.
Jacob is gross.
Let's see. All for the break. Nice.
Oh, I like this one.
Bring back OG Mike.
Yeah,
our boy Steven again for the win. All right, and then Ivan, our boy Ivan, he says, Michael Scofield never stopped loving Sarah Scofield. That's the hashtag. That's a long hashtag.
Did Steven put in bring OG back? Bring back OG Mike?
Yes,
I like
Steven
that
said
one.
bring back OG Mike.
That's my favorite so far. Bring back OG Mike.
My hashtag for the episode would have been, where is Sucre? If you're gonna put him in the credits,
where's Sucre?
If you're gonna put him in the credits, use the man.
Yeah.
He's getting paid.
Let's be honest, Sucre wasn't needed in this episode.
Trust me, I feel like anything could help me like this episode better. So
Sucre wasn't needed in this episode.
How do you feel about Lincoln getting got for $2,000? Well, $1,000 for the passports and getting beat up.
I mean, let's be honest. I think I knew that was gonna happen. Like that guy is nobody's friend. The one that that they gave the money to. The moment that he said, "I'm gonna be gone,"
he told him what was gonna happen.
It's all about the money. Like, I mean, he took his passport the first time. He said it's already across the country. Like this guy is a freaking he's a swindler. He's a swindler.
He is.
Hashtag that guy's a swindler. That's my hashtag.
What was his name? Do we even know his name?
Yeah, I do have his name. His name is it Clypos?
No, Cyclops was the
guy that tried to rape my girl Sheba.
Oh my gosh, and we found that out too, that he actually tried to rape her in high school. Remember, you was like, I wonder what relationship they had.
Something like that. But she ripped his eye out is also
You know what? That was probably one of my favorite parts of the show. When Sheba said, you know what, you should untie me. I thought she was trying to be seductive.
Yeah.
And then she said, so I can rip out your other eye. I was like, oh, I love Sheba. Effing love her.
Okay.
Oh my god.
If I can cuss, I effing love her. I love Sheba. Sheba's like my second favorite character behind. I'm sorry, I know you guys are gonna hate me for this.
All right.
But Teabag is just funny to me, and I know it's Teabag.
He is hilarious.
It's because he's such a great actor, and his character is very. He has a deep. It's not a very shallow character. There's so much depth to that character. So it's hard. It's hard not to appreciate what he brings to the show. Sometimes
like he's such a creep. Like everything that he was saying to Sarah over the phone. I love it. It just made me laugh.
Do you think they gave Teabag that new hand just because he was sick of wearing that crappy prosthetic for the last 4 days? Like,
absolutely.
Right, we're just gonna give you this way. You can just put a glove on it, so your real hand's underneath there, but it's a fake hand still. It's
like
fine.
when I think about his hand, I think about Beyonce's "Let me upgrade you." Let me upgrade you.
No, single ladies. All
single
the single
ladies.
ladies. That's single ladies.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys.
I was
It's
gonna
all
let
the
it
same.
slide.
It's all the same,
I
guys.
think Michael sent or Otis sent Teabag that hand so he can help out and be able to use
That's interesting. What do you guys think of that?
Do you want to know what I think?
Yeah.
I think that Teabag has turned over a new leaf. And I think that he is
he's slick as pie.
No.
He's slick as grease, child.
The tea bag's in a new cup of tea. He moved it over here.
Hashtag Teabag has turned a new leaf.
I don't know.
about that one.
I just don't.
I'm sorry, but this just made me laugh.
Okay.
Ivan, you're awesome. His hashtag is hashtag Poppy Sucre.
See, they're trying to get on my good side here. This is great. This is good stuff.
I love it.
Is coming.
Poppy Sucre.
The Sucre is coming.
I'm putting that in as a choice.
Hashtag Kellerman is shady.
He is
Kellerman
so
is very shady.
He's
Yeah.
too shady. Boots.
Man.
Ew.
He said, "Don't defend Teabag." The Teabag is disgusting.
What'd
You know
y'all
what?
what'd y'all think of that breakaway bed that Sid just was like, oh, or who knocked it down? Someone knocked when they were up in the rafters.
That was
or,
Whip.
Oh.
That was
like,
Whip.
It just the bed just like
Yeah,
Yeah,
came down.
yeah.
Like London Bridge.
like
Yeah.
how did it? Well, what's up with that?
You know
That
what?
seemed
I'm
a little weird to
still
me.
trying to understand the need for Whip. You know, like I feel really bad because I think Whip is really just there, but I haven't really seen his need. What is his need?
Well, the way I look at it is he's escaped from so many prisons with Michael that in theory he really is his right hand man. Like I said, they're having to rush through stuff and you can't get in these new characters
the
enough.
development of it. But I do appreciate him telling Michael the truth. Like he was speaking to him like, what's your purpose with Abdul? Do you
was
really think
interesting.
you want to come
Checked
back
him.
and get him? How do you feel right now? Like I feel like he was, giving him that reality check that
Wow.
Michael needed
Yeah.
because at that moment I think Michael felt a little bit defeated. Like he didn't know what he was going to do.
You know what?
And
I'm
his
so
friend
glad
stepped in.
I'm so glad. I can't talk today. Why can't I talk?
It's okay.
I'm so glad I'm so glad that you brought that up because one thing that he said that actually made me like wake up in this episode was when he asked him, he said, when you were locked up in solitary, did you become Keneal Aldis?
That was
When
interesting.
that was such a great place in this episode, like, and it made me think like, wow, he's right, he's got a point because everybody started to question him. Jaw started to question him, Whip started to question him, everybody started to question him in that moment because of the actions that he actually made. And it's like, and if you think about it, he crossed everybody but John. John just wanted, just like you say, he just wanted to be a part of something.
It's so funny too because when he said, did you really become Otis? Remember when Michael he was fighting somebody, and I said, I think that's the first time I ever seen Michael hit somebody. Am I
That
wrong?
was Whip. When he
hit
punched
Whip, yeah, to steal the watch.
To steal the watch,
Was
yeah.
that his first time actually physical fighting somebody?
That's the
I
first
can't-
time
I
I
can't-
ever saw
yeah, I
him
don't
like
remember.
really like.
I mean, I think he's punched some guys, Link. When he was with Link in all the other seasons, Link was usually
Right.
doing most of the fighting
Yeah,
for
I'm like,
Michael.
oh,
but
Michael hitting. I'm like, oh, maybe
Yeah.
this is a new character.
Now, Ivan just raised a really good point. Ivan said Michael effectively left Sid to die. Do you guys think that that is true? I think that Michael felt like he didn't really have an option if he wanted to successfully break out of the prison. He had no choice. Like, what was he gonna do? Because honestly, if it were actually Sid that was trying to get up there, he would have been the one
Yeah.
that was shot
Michael
instead
got a
of
plan
the
for
Christian
everything.
brother.
I think Michael did that for a reason.
Right,
He's
so-
so strategic with his moves.
But I think it would have been Sid that was shot because you remember the guard shot one of the Christian brothers. That would have been Sid because technically Sid would have been that one that was trying to get through the hole.
It's just weird because in the first 4 seasons, Michael had an answer for everything, and when something went wrong, it's like, well, I did that on purpose so that we could do this.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just felt like with this one, like
He didn't know what the hell he was
he
doing.
was gonna have to leave Sid there, and that was
Yeah.
it. And what's weird is like, or messed up is like Sid's dad is trying to help them out
Yeah,
too,
trying to
shut
come
the
out the
lights
lights.
off and stuff. It's like, but no, your son didn't make it, but thanks for helping us out. I mean,
We made it to the other side.
all right, yeah. Well, Steven can call in whenever he wants.
Steven!
But I say that we if he calls in now, but if we should jump into some of the trivia stuff because I think we only have
Yes,
like
let's spice
15
it up
minutes
a
left.
bit. Let's spice it up.
So we have some random trivia questions from the past 4 seasons. So your
Yes.
job at home is to tell us what season it happened in. This is you. You tell us what's happening.
No, I'm over here agreeing with you, and it's because we have such great super fans,
Right.
and they know everything. So I want us to test them and see what they really know.
We do too. All right, so Dom, read that first question out
All right, guys. Who's
and
ready?
give them their options. Give them their options.
All right. In what season did Teabag hand get cut off, and who was it done by? Was it A, season 1, and Michael did it? Or was it B, season 2 and it was cut off by Lincoln? Or was it C, season 3 and Abruzzi did the cut off? Or was it D, season 2 and Haywire cut the hand off?
Is this for us or is this for
This
our
is for our
live chat, or
viewers. This is for
our
you
viewers?
guys. This is for everybody. We want to see some answers. Oh, someone said season 3, Michael. Wrong answer.
See, it should be. I mean, should we wait till some more people
Wait
answer?
some more. Wait some
Yeah,
more.
come on, guys. Stevie's
He's
trying to call.
in.
All right, let him. Yeah. Well,
Well-
he can call in. Why not?
All right, so what do you think the answer is, Candy?
Thanks, Anthony.
I think. Well, I mean, come on, guys. We want to hear from you again in this live chat. But if you want to know, it was okay. That scene where they were in jail.
I think.
And it was Teabag. He actually.
Someone said season 2, Lincoln. Wrong again.
No,
Man.
you're wrong. So what happened was they were in prison, and Teabag actually he took the handcuffs and he handcuffed himself to Michael.
Right, that's correct.
So therefore, someone, and I want you guys to tell us who this someone is. He took an axe and he didn't even think twice, and he just chopped the handcuffs off, and his hand got chopped off with it.
Now,
Who is that person?
this
It was
character-
back when they were
Right.
in prison.
Yeah, I can't.
One of the prisons.
Yeah. Well, the right answer's written up there.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm gonna let the world know what it is. It is C,
C.
and it was season 2, and it was
Season-
done by Abruzzi.
I thought it was season 1. No, it was season 2. It was at the beginning
I'm
of season.
sorry, it was season 1. It
Yeah,
was season
okay.
1.
It
It
was
was done by
season 1,
Abruzzi.
yes.
Oh my God.
Season 1,
No, it
Abruzzi.
wasn't A. No worries. We got question number 2 for
Well,
you
before
guys.
we go to that, we're gonna go to Steven real quick. I think he's
He's
here.
on the line.
Who is that person? They were back when they were in prison.
Hey, Steven.
Hello.
Steven, yeah,
Steven!
turn that down for us, Steven, because we're on a delay there.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm gonna let the world
Steven, turn that off for me, man, so we can talk to you.
Yeah, pause the
What's up,
YouTube.
Steven? Can you hear us? Steven?
I don't know if he has the audio
Hello?
up. Steven, do you
Can
have the
you hear
audio
us?
up?
All right, guys. So just keep in mind that we are bringing Steven on right now, and this is a live show. So Steven is currently joining us.
He's got to fix his audio. All right, go to question number 2.
Question number 2 is, what season did Michael's mother die, and how did she die? Who killed her? So is it A, season 2, and Seacray
we
actually
go.
ran
Sorry
her
about
over? Or is it B, season 3, Michael shot her?
Yeah.
Or is it C, season 4, Sarah shot her? Or is it D, season 4, Agent Mahone actually sliced her?
Steven, what do you think the answer is, man?
Oh,
What season did
Michael's mother died,
Come on, Steven,
and
you
how
got
did she
this.
die?
You know this.
Michael's mother died in season 4.
correct?
Sarah
Who?
shot her.
Sarah did shoot
Yes,
her. Very nice. Look at
Sarah's a
that.
G.
This is why Steven
Girl
is
power.
the ultimate super
This
fan.
is why you're awesome, Steven.
Steven, how you liking the season so far?
Dude, it's absolutely intense.
All right.
Yeah, edge of my seat. I just yelling at the TV too. Kind of mad Sucre wasn't there, but
See, I'm
Like
telling you.
everybody,
I
huh?
really love Sucre.
Where are you calling us from, Steven?
Iowa actually.
What's your exact address? Just kidding.
What was your favorite part of tonight's episode?
My favorite, all of it really.
Come
All
on,
of
Steven.
it.
Pick a part. Pick a
There's
pick a
no
pick a
favorite.
scene. Pick a scene. Pick a scene.
Steven, I have an even more important question for you.
Oh yeah. Who do you have? Who? What girl do you like more?
I was gonna say.
Dom or Candy? Dom or
I
Candy?
was gonna say, who's your favorite host? Ding ding ding. Is it Candy?
You both are beautiful hosts.
Whoa!
Oh, thanks,
There you
Steven.
This is where you give out your number,
But
Steven.
who's your favorite? Who's your favorite, Steven?
Well, Dan actually got a question. Remember, I asked him about those being locked up with someone.
Oh yeah. Hey, Steven, if you could be locked up with one of the original gangster cast members
Yes.
in prison for one night, who would it be, and what would you guys do?
One of the OG cast members.
Yeah.
Well, even though he's on this season, I would still say Sucre. I would totally.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna say Sucre.
What are you guys doing all
Me
night in
too.
that cell?
What are we doing in the show? We're pretty much talking about smack about everybody else in Spanish.
Oh, nice.
Spanish.
Ah.
Awesome.
Bilingual.
Okay, so
Talk
if you
some
could
Spanish to these ladies.
You guys are on another level tonight. Now I have a question for you, Steven. Now, if you could develop a plan to break out of prison, what would it be?
If I needed to make a plan to break out of prison,
If
what would
you
it
could
be?
develop a plan to break out of prison, what would it be and how?
A crazy one
A crazy one.
that haven't been done.
Well, I would say, that's hard. I would.
You know what? Just you know, it could be as crazy and as wild as you want to be because this is your idea to break out of prison. Like you have to do whatever it takes to break the hell out of there.
Right.
What are you gonna do, Steven?
And you got 30 seconds right now.
Come on, man, you got this. You gotta hurry because the guards are coming. It's getting intense. They're on your ass.
I tell him you better watch it. My father, the Cheeto, is going to come after you.
All right, so you're gonna
That's what I would do.
threaten them with a plan. You're gonna threaten them. What would you do, Dan and Dom?
If I wanted to get out of prison,
If you were gonna break out of the
I'm gonna
Yemen
break out-
prison,
Is there a female prison guard? Because I'll flirt with her.
oh, you would have flipped.
put those
Hell, I guess if I'm desperate enough, I'll flirt with the guy prison guards too.
You know, ladies,
like
just all of our
Teabag back in
ladies out
season
there,
one.
give it up for Dan. He's just so cute. Isn't this guy?
Oh
He's
my
single,
goodness,
ladies.
Candy, thank you so
Ladies,
much.
he is single, okay, and ready to mingle.
Well,
okay?
Candy, you told me we have to wait 2 months, but when the show's over, you
guys
and
are
I are
gonna
going to go
date.
out. We can't. We have to wait till after because we don't want to complicate work with
Yeah,
the
I'm
fun.
sorry. I don't mix business and pleasure.
So
but,
Candy and I are going to wait
This
2
is
months,
indeed
and
true. I
then
heard this, guys.
maybe we'll go out.
All right, guys, let's stay focused. Okay, let's go back to the live chat.
Absolutely.
But do you want to do another question, or do you
Yeah,
want
I
to?
actually have another one for you. Steven, are you going to stay on the line and answer?
Yep, sure.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. All right, in what season was LJ held hostage for an exchange? Was it A, season 1, B, season 2, C, season 3, or D, season 4? And what
God.
season was LJ
I feel
held
like
hostage
I feel like
for
that
an
was.
exchange?
I feel like he was held hostage every season. Like he's
But-
always in
but-
trouble.
But this one is in particular because this one is for an
It was
exchange.
towards the end of season 3.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm with Steven. I think it's 3.
And what was the exchange for? What person? Do you know?
What person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
No worries, but it definitely was season 3.
was it?
Yeah, it was Whistler.
Oh, to get Whistler out of there?
Remember that was the
Out
exchange.
of, out of Sona?
And one last question. In
All right.
what season did Teabag get his hand sewn back on? And what kind of doctor did the procedure?
This is a great
That's
one.
a great question. Super
Season
hard.
3 and an eye doctor sewed it on? Or was it B, season 2 and an animal doctor
Eye
sewed it
doctor.
on?
An animal
or is
doctor.
It C, season 4 and a foot doctor sewed it on? Or is it D, season 2 and it was done by a pediatrician?
I know.
I
So
think,
season 3, season 4?
if I remember correctly, it was. I know it was done by a vet.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I forget if it's season 2 or 3. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it was the middle of season 2.
Awesome!
Very
It
nice,
was the
Steven.
beginning of season 2, but it was
Yeah.
definitely done by an
It's
animal
like
doctor.
first or second episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Steven,
Awesome.
man,
Thank
it's
you,
been a
Steve.
pleasure talking to you, buddy. Appreciate
you
it.
too. I
You're
appreciate
awesome,
it. Thank
Steven.
You enjoy your night.
We'll see you on the live chat next week, all
Prison
right?
breaker.
you. Sounds good. I'll see ya.
See you then.
Yes.
All right, so we've got like 5 minutes left. I think we
Yes,
should hop into predictions.
predictions.
I'm going to save some of my fun stuff for next week because why get into it now when we have to be
Right.
rushed?
All right, so predictions. Oh,
And we also have to choose a hashtag of the night.
yes.
Oh, we do.
And predictions.
We do. So you still have time to send in your hashtag, guys.
You got-
Send it in right now.
Send in your hashtag, guys, that best describes what this episode was about, and we're going to reveal the winner in 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. So that gives us 2 minutes for predictions.
I think next week they're definitely going to move towards the breakout.
Thank God.
I'm interested to see how
Speed this
Abdul
thing
is going to
up.
react to everything. That's what I'm interested in seeing. What else I think is going to happen? That's all I got right now. They're definitely going to move towards
All
the
right.
breakout, and Abdul going to feel some type of way. He may even stunt their plan.
Yeah. I think that Teabag and Sarah are going to have a fun little thing happen.
Yeah.
And
All right,
I'm
guys.
praying for
Okay.
Sucre.
All
I'm praying for
right,
Sucre.
okay.
Well, give her the
You know
floor
what?
here.
You know what?
Go
Hold on.
ahead, Candy.
Dan, I'm gonna stop you right there, Dan the man.
What's
okay?
wrong? What?
Because what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna take my tea bag and you're not gonna set him up with Sarah. That's absolutely disgusting. disgusting.
No, not
okay.
on a
Not like
date.
that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, why are you talking?
I thought you were talking about them together.
No,
like,
they have
wait,
to work
whoa.
on a. No, they
They
have to work. They have to work together now.
Okay, good.
You know, T-Bag kind of
Yeah.
like men too, so you don't know.
Yeah, you know, T-Bag's a cool character, but he's disgusting. Now, what I am looking forward to seeing is this love develop between Sheba and Lincoln, and that's something that we haven't talked about today.
Right.
I think that Sheba, like they keep putting them in more positions for them really to fall more and more in love, because Lincoln just kicked this guy's butt. You know, he just stopped him from raping her, you know, and he saved the day. Like, and this keeps happening consistently. And besides, Lincoln needs love in his life. He needs a little love, you know?
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Michael
another
need
love
love, too.
story develop, and I think that would be a good one.
He seems like he has like a little sexual tension the whole episode.
You know, I want Lincoln to
needs to
get laid. He needs to get
release.
laid.
So he needs to release.
It's time.
Say it out. He's releasing.
I
Great.
do got something though. You just bring that up. Remember the scene where Jacob was saying something like, "That's my son too," talking about their kid. I wonder
That's
if
interesting,
they
yeah.
can't get Sarah, or something's going to happen. So Jacob is going to put the child or held the child hostage. I wonder if they're going to do that.
I don't like that guy. I freaking hate him. I
But we're
hate
definitely going to see a
Jacob.
different side of him in the upcoming weeks. And
Are we?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he has so much control over Sarah.
He's,
he really does.
yeah,
She's
not a
so
fan.
blinded by him. She's blinded by him. So the hashtags.
Let's pick them.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Let's
So
see.
what were some of your favorite hashtags?
Did any
Dan
new
and
ones
Dom?
come in? Did any ones come in?
Let's see. Any new hashtags come in? Let's see, guys.
I like the Sucre one. And I like the Bring Back OG Mike one.
That was my favorite in Be Back OG.
What was the
There was another one I like actually.
There's one all for the family.
Okay.
Hashtag Liba sitting in a tree. Oh,
They're
that's
taking-
hilarious.
They're taking my
yeah,
joke
she
from last
was-
week. That's my joke last week I did.
You know what?
You did do that. That was your
Yeah.
You
opening.
know what?
That
I'm
was your opening.
sorry, but because that was my prediction, I'm a little biased,
All right.
and that's my favorite one.
All right, Lincoln Sheba sitting in a tree is great, but we like that one.
I
That's
like
good.
Poppy Sucre too.
Oh, that's the one I wanted. Yeah, okay. Who did Poppy Sucre?
That's Ivan. Ivan, you are great with these hashtags, man.
But but the only problem with Poppy Sucre is that he's not in the episode, so it doesn't best describe this
I know.
episode.
Unfortunately,
But-
we're gonna have to disqualify that one.
All right, so you're going Lincoln Sarah sitting in, sorry, Lincoln Sarah. Holy crap, Lincoln Sheba
well, you
sitting
know
in a
what?
tree.
It doesn't best describe the episode. So to be fair,
Okay.
I can't necessarily say that. But there was one that I did really like, and I think you may have written it down.
I wrote down
Was it Feel the Burn?
the Unbreakable, PB, Full Circle, Feel the Burn. Well, no, you didn't like Feel the Burn.
Yeah, feel the burn. Sounds like.
Oh, Jacob is gross. That's the one you want.
Yes.
No, is that real?
I hate that guy.
Is that the one you want for the
I
hashtag?
hate Jacob.
Alexander said hashtag all for the final break.
All for the final.
Okay. You know. Okay. You know what? There was one more. Let's scroll up just a little more.
Okay.
There was one more that I saw. You know, I'm sorry. This is just funny. Okay.
What is it?
Whip and Nene.
Hey,
Watch me, Nene. That's our boy Steven. Okay. It was one more.
So we're just gonna shout out Steve. Steven has like 3 of the top 3 here.
Steven and Ivan, you guys are on it.
What was your hashtag be if you had to do it?
If I had to do a hashtag, it would be.
Cyclops needs to die. That's a good one. There you go. I just made that up.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I'm just
I would
trying to
have
think
to
of bad
say it would have to be hashtag. I don't know, guys.
Hashtag honeysuckle. Teabag like calls Sarah honeysuckle.
Yeah, he did.
that-
He was so flirting with her.
that was absolutely hilarious, guys.
All right, we're out of time. I know. We're out of time. Anthony, our engineer, is saying wrap it up. Everyone,
it up.
Anthony's gonna be super famous after this. We're all shouting out Anthony. We're gonna get his handle for you guys
we
next week.
love you, Anthony.
Anthony's the best. All right, so I'm just gonna pick Bring Back OG Mike or whatever he
I
said.
like it.
I like Bring Back
it.
OG
All right, so
Mike.
Bring
can we
back
shout out
OG
Steven's? Does
Mike.
Steven have a hashtag with one of those that we can shout out real quick?
Steven, let's see.
He
What
should have put his hashtag there.
Steven has done so many ones. Let's
then
see
we're
if
gonna
I
get
can
outta here.
find it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not on my
It's all right.
job.
We can shout it out next week as hashtag.
Sid the Sloth.
That's his hashtag. Oh,
Sid the Sloth.
Wow.
That was one of Steven's. Whippin' Nene. That was another one. Hashtag Magic and Teabag.
who did the other Whippin' Nene?
Whippin'
That was
Nene
the
was
same
Steven.
person.
Oh, that was still Steven.
Yeah, these are Steven's
we don't have his
hashtags.
handle on there.
Steven Sewin.
That's his handle?
Yeah, that's Steven that joined us today.
Yeah, I know. Can you spell it out for the audience so they can all follow him now?
Yes, please, guys. Steven Sewin. This is his YouTube. It's STEVEN space SUWYN. Make sure you follow him, support him. He joined us on the show today, and,
And he's a
Like,
huge,
comment, and
huge fan.
subscribe.
Huge
on his
fan of the
YouTube
show.
channel if he has one too.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for joining us for AfterBuzz tonight for Prison Break, Episode 3, The Liar. My name is Daniel Lindgren. You can follow me at the Dan Lindgren on Instagram and Twitter. And I have a new commercial up on Booyah Vision on YouTube. So go to Booyah Vision, all one word, on YouTube. Over
Hey
here.
guys, listen, you can find me on some other AfterBuzz shows. You can find me on Gorilla on Sunday nights. We just did our very first show this past Sunday at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then also, great news,
What?
which is going to be...
What?
That's
Not
the
the
name of the
show.
show.
Oh.
Great news.
Damn, you got me.
Which is going to be coming on Tuesdays, I believe at 6 p.m. And then you can also follow me on Instagram at Miss Candy Marie and on Twitter at Sweet Kendora TV.
And guys, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Domonique Cerita. See you next Tuesday, guys.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Later.
Great news.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Right now, it's just...
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
You later.